Hey y'all, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Rhonda Morrison, and today on Shape Up Sugarland's Dining In section on Healthy Mondays, we are getting ready for the holidays with some sugar-free gingerbread men cookies. I found this fabulous recipe online by Miss Dinell Holmes, and she was generous enough to share it with all of us. So here I'm going to start off with 3 cups of flour, and to that I'm going to add just 1½ teaspoons of baking powder. 1, and let me get my little half. Have my assortment of measuring spoons ready to go. Baking soda, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon. Salt, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm also going to do 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. A tablespoon of ground ginger. We gotta have our ground ginger. It is Gingerbread Men. It is our cinnamon. And we're gonna go with 1 3/4 teaspoons of that. Now that I have this all whisked together, you wanna look at the bottom of your bowl and make sure that all your color is blended just right. Yes, there we go. I had a little white spot. That's just a pile of flour waiting to happen. So over here in this bowl, I'm going to start off with my softened butter, and it's 1/2 cup. Boy, this butter's soft. Ooh, yeah, that's going to whip up beautifully. Then I have 3/4 cup of Splenda going in here. And then we're going to put in eggs, and I'm going to get my beaters going until those are well blended. Alright, now that we're all blended together, I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of honey. So we're good to go on the honey. That way I don't have to sit there and try to dig it out of a little, measuring cup. But if you do need a measuring cup, spray it down with a little non-cooked cooking spray first. So here is my Butterfingers, literally, my vanilla. We're going to put in 2 teaspoons, 1, 2, and then we need maple extract, and we're going to do 1/4 cup of that, 1/4 teaspoon that is, and then I'm going to combine this together. Remember that flour I mixed up earlier with all of the spices, baking powder, and baking soda? We're going to slowly add that in. And eventually, it's going to get too hard for me to use the beaters. So I'm going to have to switch to my hands in about a minute. Just look at how that dough came together. It just picks up all that flour. And it only took about 3 minutes to do that. So now I need to put this away because it needs some time to set, so it's not too sticky and too crumbly when you first roll it out. So I'm going to make me 2 piles, and I'm going to pat it out flat. And you can let this rest in your refrigerator or on the countertop for at least 2 hours before you roll it out on a floured surface. I'll see y'all right back. Now that our dough is all ready to go, I've got some flour right here on my large cutting board. I'm just going to spread some of it out, push some aside, and then I'm going to put some of that on my rolling pin to make sure that my dough rolls out nice and evenly. And that's perfect. When your hand can glide easily, your dough's gonna glide easily. So, we've been resting this dough for about, 3 hours. Beautiful. It's gonna be about 1/4 inch thick or less, so it's nice and crispy. I am going to make for y'all some more. That was half of our dough. So now we want to cut out our men, and you just put them on there and give it a little wiggle and apply pressure all over him. And he'll pop right out for you, just like that. It helps if you kind of stagger it the way they are. That way you get more dough instead of lining them up side by side straight. Here's one beautiful pan of gingerbread men, and I'm going to pop these in the oven right here at 325. And now, alright, now that our cookies are out of the oven, it's time to make some frosting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with 2 cups of my sucralose, which is Splenda, and just put that right in my food processor. I'm going to pulse that together with 2 cups of this dry milk. And you're going to put your lid on. I'm going to put my little hand over. You know it's the consistency of powdered sugar whenever it starts to come up and billow up kind of like a cloud. Just like powdered sugar would. Oh, that's the stuff right there. I think we picked gold, y'all. So I just take the lid off. Oh, that's just beautiful and white. Ooh, yeah. That's going to make a beautiful frosting. And that's one of the things I really love about gingerbread men at Christmas time is frosting the cookies. So back that goes. And we're going to add the juice of 1 lemon. You want a medium-sized lemon because you need 2 tablespoons. So to that, I'm going to add half a cup of milk. Now I'm going to blend this up and I'm going to let it set. And if it's not the consistency that I want for my icing, I'm going to add a little more milk to it till I get it just right. Alright y'all, I like it just the way it is. I've done let it set. Now that powdered milk absorbs all the liquid in there and it thickens up on you just beautifully so you can pipe it. So I've taken my Ziploc bag, I cut the top right off. I'm going to fold it back and around my hand and I'm going to make a little cone. So I'm going to give it a little squeeze and I'm just going to cut off a itty bitty piece just to make a nice little piper. So let me grab this guy over here and give him a couple of eyes. Just like that. Dot, dot. A little smile. Some buttons. Oh, this is perfect. Little curly cues on the arms. And then down on the legs. And he looks ready to eat. I'm going to keep piping all these for you and come right back because it's going to be time to eat me one. And I got me a smidgen of icing to taste while I was frosting them. And let me tell y'all, it's good. So I want to thank you, Dynell. And I want y'all, if y'all like my recipes, go to www.occasionally.com and you can sign up and get all my recipes and tutorial videos with that. And I want to thank y'all all for watching me. And I want y'all to keep on shaping up, Sugarland. They're good.